Are you looking for a bed that will give you more floor space? Your solution is a loft bed, and today I'm building a twin loft bed for my daughter, and I'm sharing the full process. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about the wood used for this build. Now you can see that this board has notches in it, but let's first talk about the wood itself and what I did to it. So this is a 4x4 post, and 4x4 post isn't actually 4 inches, it's 3.5 by 3.5. Now I wanted this build to look a little bit skinnier than that, so I ended up cutting down my wood because I used 4x4 and 2x4s for this whole build. I cut it down to 3 inches. And so I did that on my table saw. Cutting down the legs of the build, but also the ladders that go down here. Those were all cut to 3 inches. And then for the rails, I cut those down to 1.5 inches because a 2x4 is not actually 2 inches, it's 1.5 inches. So to make it square, I cut it down to that size. So it's 1.5 by 1.5. And then for the bed rail, I did not cut that down at all because I needed the actual size of that to make it work better for the bed frame. So the bed frame is the only thing that I didn't cut down to 3 inches or to a different size. And so once I cut all those down to the size that they needed to be, I took the legs and I notched out each section where the ladders are going to be, the bed frame, and the rails. Now, you can use a circular saw to do this. I did start with my circular saw, but that took quite a while to do. And so I ended up buying a new saw, one that I've had my eyes on for a long time. A new miter saw that has a depth stop on it. So what this is that when you're cutting something, you can set this depth stop and it will stop cutting the wood to a certain point and will not go any farther. So I set it to 1.5 inches and it stopped cutting at that point, leaving me with this groove. And then after that, I went through and I chiseled out the middle of this. And then I took my sander to all of the wood and sanded it down. So now we're to the point of assembling this. I will note that when I was cutting these notches, I did test the fit of the wood beforehand, before I stopped cutting. That way I shouldn't have to go back. So all the boards will fit into these notches. I have double checked that. And so now we're just gonna assemble everything. And I forgot to mention that I did put pocket holes. I'm going to be using pocket holes. I would have liked to use a different method, but I need to disassemble this because it will not fit to get it into my daughter's room, and I want it to be able to come apart. And so I will be using pocket holes because you can disassemble it. There was other things that you could use as well, just screws through the front, but I thought that would look a little bit, it wasn't the look I was going for, so I decided not to do that. So now I'm just gonna assemble it to make sure everything looks good and see if I need to sand anything else before I go and put the stain on it. So this bed has a front and a back to it, but it also has 2 different sides to it too, where one has the opening for the ladder and the other side is just rails all the way up. And so I'm gonna start with the side that does not have the opening for the ladder first. But I also wanted to note that you should notice that there is one of these 4x4s has a bigger bottom at the end, and that is the back part of this bed. So I'm gonna hurry and just assemble this and we'll go from there. Okay, I just had my daughter come out and help me put together the frame because it is a two-person job to hold the one side. If you noticed, I clamped the bottom back rail into place to stabilize this guy while I hurried and screwed him in. My daughter held the other one. Clamps are a very good thing to have on hand while you're building. I still need to add the cleats to the bed frame. So this is the bed frame itself. But I haven't done that yet. I'll do that after I'm done sanding all of this because I'm taking it apart. So I might add it while it's up here, but I think it'd be easier to add them while it's on the ground. But we'll see what I decide. Maybe I'll end up using clamps and just attaching it. But now I just have to put the finishing rails up and then I'm gonna sand everything. So let's do it.